everybody. Today is Saturday. I'm coming home from the grocery store. It is like 6:43. I'm going to go home and put the food away. I'm going to quickly eat something. I am very hungry. I wanted to tell the person who said, you know, like, do I like meatballs and stuff? You know what? You were 100%. I forgot all about meatballs. So today I bought some meatballs. I'm not making meatballs for myself, but I do like meatballs. I do. So I'm going to eat meatballs. I bought a couple more of those TV dinners, and I got a turkey, like a turkey breast. I'm going to make that. And I mean, because basically I'm sticking to the high protein, low carb diet, you know, the keto thing. I'm not exactly, I'm doing what they call dirty keto. My mouth is so dry. I'm trying to keep it under 30 grams. So this is really a challenge to me. Even, you know, when I think back, and I was telling you, I never really worked this hard when I had weight loss surgery. I didn't work this hard. I just kind of ate. I ate every day. I ate kind of not sweets, but I don't even remember. Yeah, I guess I did work kind of hard because I remember getting obsessive about my weight loss. I'm not obsessive about it now. I don't care. I don't care if I lose tomorrow when I weigh myself a pound or if I lose 10 pounds. I mean, I'd be blown over if I lost 10 pounds. I know I didn't because my clothes aren't loose. But, you know, it's not a big deal because I have a whole year to do this. And 60 pounds, you know, even if I would just lose 5 pounds a month, by the time April comes, I would have lost 60 pounds. So that's if everything goes right, nothing goes wrong, and I don't go astray. That's one thing I want to talk about. You know, being that I'm doing this, I guess that's what's going to be the focus on my channel, is like, you know, people think that this, you know, this is not easy. Anytime somebody makes a step toward, you know, healthier eating and better choices and things like that. And, you know, it's not really easy. It's not an easy thing to do. But once you convince yourself, I mean, you've got to convince yourself. You can't be doing it for nobody else but you. It can't be for your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you know, impress your friends, to impress YouTube. You can't do it for, you could do it for your health. But I think even with your health, let me get a drink. Even with your health, if your mind isn't in the right spot, if your mind isn't where I'm going to do this and I'm going to make this work, and, you know, to hell with candy and cookies and potato chips and pastries and all that shit, you know, if you decide this is what I'm going to do, it gets so much easier. But when you're doing it for the wrong reasons, or you haven't fully committed to it, then it's so much harder. I'm not saying that this is easy. It's not. And I'm not doing so great myself. I mean, I'm doing good, I guess, but I'm not. Somebody made a comment, and I don't remember who you are, but I read everything. I just haven't commented a lot because I read it on the go. I've been going this week like crazy. I go this way, that way, this way. And it's just, I feel like I'm never sitting down. And maybe that's a good thing. I'm not as tired as I used to be. I'm finding I have a little bit more energy, but I find that I'm really, you know, thirsty a lot. I find that, you know, more clarity. You know, I think a little bit clearer. You know, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, but the thing is, it's not easy, and you have to sometimes just say, look, don't do it. Don't say, well, I got all this time to do this, you know, and it's going to take this long. Okay, if you know, say, okay, you got to lose 30 my goal. Well, 80 is, but 60 I'll accept, and I'll say, okay, it's good. Then if I can do it, I can go further, but I'm not going to down myself if I don't get past the 60. 60 is a goal. I always say 60 pounds. So, but anyway, so the thing is, say for instance you have to lose 30 pounds. You think, damn, that's going to take me a long time. Not really, if you think about it. If you put it into perspective, okay, and let's say for instance, okay, maybe you're a little bit more liberal with your diet, and maybe you have a little bit more, what's it called, able to stay on track. Even if you say, well, I'm going to have one cheat day a week. I don't encourage that, and I'm not giving health care advice. So don't think I am. It might sound like I am, but I'm not. I'm just saying what works for me and what doesn't work for me. Now, I've never in my life been able to go off of a diet and go right back on it. I've never in my life. Once I'm off of it, I'm off of it. I'm like, remember I told you guys I'm all or none. I'm 100% or I'm 0. If I'm 0, the Little Debbie zebra cakes will be out. If I'm all in, you won't find any of that in my house. And if there it is, it won't bother me because I don't look at it. I don't see it. It's not there. It's invisible. And I don't even focus on it because it's not a part of where I'm going. Okay. Now, that's usually, I have lost weight before. I've lost pretty good amount when I was much younger. When I was maybe 17, I lost like maybe 65 pounds during the summer, and it's gone into like by Christmas. So it's about, well, no, I started that in June. I remember I started right after school, got out. I was a little chunky, and I dieted throughout the summer. I did exactly what I do, but I'm doing this a little bit different. I'm doing a little bit more stricter. I was younger. I wasn't as big as I am now, and now I'm old. I never really ate bread except once a day. They didn't have any such thing back then as keto bread. But and I lost the weight. I went from a size 16 down to a size 9-10. That was back in the day. I'll never see a 9-10. Never will I see a 9-10. And it don't bother me. I would be happy to go back to an 18. I would be glad to go back to an 18. Now I'm like a 22. Sometimes I wear a 24. I know 24 really isn't my size, but oh well. It's what I wear. Okay. I keep it 100% because why not, right? If I would give you a little bit, we give you everything. I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you a little bit now if I can't tell you later. If I can't tell you later, I'm not going to tell you now. You know what I mean? If I have to wait, I'll wait until I can tell you everything. So I'll tell you now. And after I had my son, I went on this thing about losing weight. I lost a great amount of weight really quick. And I was doing exactly what I'm doing now. I mean, you have to remember, I was 22, 21. So I went back to the size I was previous. I mean, I went back to my previous size. I wasn't skinny, but I wasn't fat. I was just average. And average is good. I mean, compared to what I was back then is considered now, a nice size in my view. I don't need to be size 9-10 to feel good about myself. I feel good about myself if I'm 18 and I have belly and, big old belly hanging and arm, flappy arms. Well, I always had the flappy arms, but you know what I mean. Anyway, but I can't, but I think once you get it in your head, you've placed that thought in your head, you made that decision, just like, kind of like when I stopped gambling, or when a person stops smoking, and they do it cold turkey. It's like, okay, you have to have it in your head. You can't say, I'll go and do it. Well, I can't say for anybody else. I can't say I'll do something for one day and see if it works. Once I say I'm going to do it, I have to do it. Now, I might change my mind tomorrow and go buy a box of cookies. I've thought about it several times. I said, this isn't going to work. You know, I want the cookies. I'm frustrated. And I am. You know, all I do is between doing what I have to do in the house, take the dog in and out, play with the dog a little bit, and then I go lay down and go to sleep because that's all I can do. You know, right now I can't. I could be at Pierogi Fest. I could be having a good time there now. But I won't. Because, well, I never really did eat food there anyway, so it's just too many people. I don't stand in lines very long for anything. I'm just so thirsty. Anyway, so I don't know. I encourage anybody who wants to, you know, get on board, not with me, but on their own terms, their own diet. Don't do what I'm doing, because I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I got an idea what I'm doing, but this might not be good for anybody else. You know, I mean, it's a high-fat diet. You know, it's very high-fat. You know, I eat a lot of eggs. I eat a lot of meat. I eat nuts. I have nuts. I have yogurt, but I hate it. I eat whipped cream. I eat strawberries because you can. And I blueberries, but I don't care for blueberries, so I rarely eat those. What else do I eat? That's about it. You know, that's about my diet. Well, I eat broccoli, and I eat I found I kind of like cauliflower rice. I kind of like it. I mean, I would never choose it over regular rice if I had that option, but it's not bad. It's not bad because I eat in those TV dinners. I bought about 3 of them today. I spent about $80, but you have to remember I bought tea and I bought stuff that's kind of a little bit more expensive because dieting and following the diet completely is not cheap. It's really not cheap. But, you know, once you get the stuff, you have it, you know. And, again, I'm not following any rules. I don't have any booklet there. I mean, I know how keto works. I know you have to stay under so many grams. I know you can do a dirty keto. That's me. I'm dirty keto. Because I'm not going to do coconut oil and, no, I'm not going to do all that. Or maybe I'm not even keto. Maybe I'm just Atkins. I'm doing Atkins because I've done it before. I know it. And I'm doing what they taught me at the, where I had my weight loss surgery. You know, now that I think about it, they did teach, you know, quite a bit of stuff. I didn't listen all the time, but I'd be there, but the lights were off. But I must have listened a little bit. You know, I know like chicken and fish is your friend. And, but you can have other meats too. They don't ever focus on pork, but what's wrong with pork? You know, it's still low carbs, no carbs, you know. I don't really like pork, especially, except bacon. And I like bacon. Ham, ever since I had that piece of ham at Cracker Barrel, I just can't get that out of my mind. But yeah, you know, so don't follow me. Don't, you know, you can criticize me if you want. That's your right. You have a right. You have a mouth. You can say whatever you want about me. I don't care. But because I only know who I am. But I will say, you know, if I would have done this in the beginning, you know, it might have been a better turnout in the long run. Not saying that it didn't turn out, because that would be a lie. Because I did do what I had to do. You know, I lost the weight. But in the long run, I gained it back. So, but it's so fun once you lose it. You know, you can do a lot of things that you can't do. But it doesn't change who you are. It may change the perspective of what people think about you. But those people are asswipes anyway, right? You know, people have their opinions about people. Always will have opinions. You know, people will say this and they'll say that. got their little words going, word, but they don't know you. You know, they don't know how you got to where you're at, and they don't know how you're going to get out of there. People don't know that. All they know is what they see. They know what they think they see in you, and they know what they perceive of you in their mind. So it doesn't matter. So like I said, don't, you know, if you ever decide, you know, to do whatever, don't let people get in your head. And I appreciate a friend of mine for telling me that. People always have opinions. I haven't had really too much bad. In fact, I haven't had any bad. Really, I've had suggestions. Well, I have had one. And I just think that person was just, you know, some people don't let go of the past. I mean, my God, 4 years ago, let it go. Let it go. You know, if everybody held on to what somebody said about them or somebody did, you'd never get moved forward in life. I could give a shit less of what somebody said about me 4 years ago. Shit, I know who I am. I probably was that person. I'm not that person anymore. We change every single day of our lives. The more we learn, the better we change, or the better. That's facts. That is facts. You know, we become better people the older we get, I think. Some people don't. I think we just get worse. But yeah. My mouth is so dry. I was walking around the store, like, I never seen a store where the people work so slow. I was waiting at the deli because I was getting a piece of chicken for dinner tonight. They have really good baked chicken. It's good too. And the guy gave it to me for $1.49, 3 pieces of chicken. He said, "You know what? You came back." I laughed because I got mad. I'm like, well, hell, I've been staying in 15 minutes. They're just talking. And then he came back. He says, "You know what? I saw you were here." You left. Well, I left because I forgot to get boiled eggs. I get the Eggland's boiled eggs. So I know I could boil them myself, but I really didn't want to buy eggs and boil them, and then I never use them. But when they're boiled, for some reason, I use them all the time. You know, when you're hungry, when you want something to eat, I grab one for lunch. I might grab one, you know, whatever. You know, tonight I might grab an egg because I'm kind of hungry, and I don't know if chicken will do it. I hope so. And a vegetable. No, actually, I got a Caesar salad, chicken Caesar salad from Sam's Club. I'm going to eat that tonight for dinner, and a piece of chicken. So that will be dinner. That is what it's going to be. Then we're going to go take the dog out and play with the dog for a while. Maybe take it for a walk or 2 or 4. Who knows? Yeah. I'm tired. This morning I woke up like, what time was it? 8 o'clock. I had to give, I had my cat's on this medication. And you gotta give it to him twice a day. And then he takes medication to kind of entice him to eat. And by the way, the name is called Entice. And so I guess it's gonna work. I don't know. And so, oops, I lost something. And everybody's like, look at me. All the cats are like, are you gonna feed us? You're gonna feed us? You're gonna feed us? I'm like, man, I gotta take the dog out first before he pees on everything. He's pretty patient in the morning. Sometimes I even have to wake him up, but this morning I did not. He woke me up. Usually he doesn't do that, but he did. I guess somebody was mowing grass at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, man. But really, in all actuality, I should be up by 8 o'clock, you know. I'm usually up by 8 o'clock. As you can see, I'm turned on my street, so I'm going to let you guys go. You all have a lovely, wonderful evening. I might go live, I might not. It just depends how I feel. And with the dog, because I really got to spend some time with him. And the cats, you know, everybody wants some little lovies. And I want lovies too. So you all have a great night and stay safe, stay cool. Actually, it's very nice out. It's like it's getting cooler because fall is coming. It's coming really fast. After like August 5th or 6th, fall's here. Yep, fall is here. Now, actually, that's not true. I always think of as soon as the kids go back to school, fall is here. Fall, I don't even think of it as summer anymore. Even though the date on the calendar says it's summer, I don't think about it. Anyways, you all have a great night. Talk to you all later. Be safe. Bye-bye.